Give it just a second. And then we will get started. We're doing silver tonight. Everything we have is silver. I've got bracelets and I've got necklaces, long and short. So that is what we are going to be looking at. Looks like YouTube's not quite finding it yet either. It's okay, sometimes they're slow. Alright, got the Facebook feed. Put these links in the chat for everybody. We'll see where our YouTube's at and then we will get started. Okay. There we go. Make sure you say hi when you come in so that I know you are here. YouTube's just not cooperating. October 25th. Yeah, that's not the right one. Well, let's see what YouTube's doing over here. Yep, I show it live. Okay. Let's see if maybe that helps. It doesn't like me today. Interesting. There we go. Finally. Alright. Got YouTube going. Hello, Becky. Gotcha. Let's see, let me refresh that because your comment showed up on Facebook but not on my chat, so it may just be a little bit behind. Some days are better than others. Alright, everything should be going. Your comments being difficult? Yeah, well, they can join the crowd. Everything's being difficult today. Alright, I'll leave that up just in case the chats don't show up on the chat window for whatever reason. I will be able to see them on Facebook. Thank you. This is an old one, kind of an older one. It's like a charcoal black, and my pants that I have on today are wool pants, and they're a black and dark green and a little stripe of like purple plaid. So I thought the black went. I had to wear my white sweater because my black one wasn't here yet. Got delivered this evening, so I had to wear the white sweater, so I figured I'd wear something black with it. I got a free soda today at the student union while we were at NC State because somebody liked my outfit, so like whatever works, right? Alright, so we have all silver tonight. This is silver night, so we're going to show you all the silver stuff that we've got. Well, probably not all of it because we're probably not going to make it all through. But we're going to do all silver. So we've got bracelets, and I've got the long and the short necklaces. So we'll mix everything in together. I'm going to go ahead and get started, because that way we can get through more things. And as people come in, they can watch, and then they can go back and watch the replay if they need to. Alright, I've got two of these. Leaf a light on in silver. So we have dainty little leaves. These have the bars, the silver bars in between them instead of chain. That helps everything. Okay, your comment's showing up now, so good. That must be fixed. So the silver bars keep those leaves in their place so that they don't all mix together and just become a jumble. So you can actually see them, keeps them separated. This is the length of this necklace. I have this one. I love it because it's such a dainty necklace. And you can wear it for dressy things, or you can wear it for casual. See how shiny it is? It's catching the light. This one is up above the collar, but with the 2-inch extension, it is going to come down to about mid-chest, so right about here. You can even layer a couple of these if you wanted to, or layer them. Our next one, we have the polished silver beads. Very highly polished silver beads. These are a little bit larger. And then we have the smaller ones that are in gunmetal, so that off black color. Highly polished silver beads are the earrings as well. Hello, Shannon. If there are problems with the feed, please ignore them. We're having a few issues tonight. I don't know what the deal is. It may be related to that Verizon outage that they had yesterday. Who knows? Anyway, it seems to be buffering tonight, so we'll see what happens. This one is already at the collar with the 2-inch extension. It's going to come down to here, so that will actually be past mid-chest. No, it is not just you. It buffered a little bit, so I don't know what happened, but it did briefly flicker out. This is Power to the People. Hello, Faye. Good to see you. Power to the People in silver, but it does have the silver and the gunmetal right here. I have 2 of these, number 102. Everything is buy one, get one free, so if you haven't been on in a while, that is the price that we're doing them at. Tonight is silver night, so we are doing silver things. Faye, let me know if you want to see earrings, because I didn't have any earrings in this show, but I do have the clip-on earrings right over here, and I'm happy to show them to you. They're really easy to get. You want a 102? Gotcha. I like that one. I like the combination of the colors in it. The black and the silver. I've always liked that one. In fact, I may keep one of them. We'll see how that goes. Depends on how many I have left. Alright, this is Celestial Royal. This is also in silver. This has 2 types of the hematite stones. So these are the mirrored type. I call them mirrored because you can see they're more like a mirror. They reflect things. These are the clear ones, the transparent, so you can see through them. They're a little bit lighter gray, but you can see through them. So we have that combination. Hello, Kim. Good to see you. This is the length. So it is at the collar. It's basically at mid-chest right now with the 2-inch extension. I'm going to sit down to here, so not too far from the bust. It's going to be about halfway down to the bust. There's a little piece of red fuzz here. There we go. So right about there. I also have 2 of these. Actually, I think I have 3 of these. Celestial Royal in silver. This one is number 103. Let me make sure I have everybody's names down, because if we get to 10, we're giving something away. I like giving things away. Plus, my husband likes that I'm cleaning off my board. So, see some empty spots? Yay! We're getting there. Alright, another more minimal necklace. I know some of the younger people like these, like my daughter. She's 21, and she likes the more minimal look, so I try to put these out there because some people like them. Or you can layer these with other things. So Seashell Simplicity in silver. You can see this is a little tiny silver seashell. It has the snake chain in silver, which I love the snake chain too. For one thing, because it doesn't catch on things. This is the length. So it is going to sit down just below those collarbones, kind of right here in that hollow, right by the breastbone. With these 2-inch extension, it is going to almost make it to the collar, but not quite. So this is going to be a shorter length necklace. Will not make it to mid-chest. But it's great for those shirts, you know, either the button-up shirts or the V-necks where you have just that little V of space right here, because it's going to sit right there. So I have 2 of these. Seashell Simplicity in silver is number 104. I like those for like when I'm going to work or something. Because I don't want to be too flashy when you're going to work usually. So they come in handy. Alright. Next, for the glamas out there, I think I only have 1 of these. This is called the Glama in silver, because that's what it says. And it has the little silver stone. 104 to you, Mom. Gotcha. This is on a little bar. So it's a silver bar necklace. also a nice small one. I wear these a lot with my casual stuff because I have a couple that say different things. This, you can see it's going to be a nice length for that V. And with the 2-inch extension, it's going to come down to here. So you could wear it with other tops as well if you use that extension. I do only have one of these. So this is going to be number 105. Let me see if I can show you. Glamour in silver. 105. Alright, let's see. Number 106, let's do a longer one. Gotta do some long ones too. It is still sweater weather and long ones work so well. This one only works well with mine because it is a shorter necklace, but it's kind of a mid-length necklace to begin with. And then it has all that extension, so the extension really helps for it to fit over the sweater, because otherwise you can see the problem that I would have with a short length necklace. It's gonna fight with my collar all day. It's going to keep trying to slip down behind there. So let's see. This one is called Garden Estate in silver. Also have two of these. So it's a little flower pattern inside that teardrop. This is all silver metal. It is hollow on the inside. And it actually is the same front and back. So it won't even matter if it flips over on you, because we all know it happens. This is the length. So it is down somewhat near the waist. Waist is going to be right about here on her. So with that extension, it is going to sit at the waist. Right now it's sitting just a little bit above that. This does have nice large links, so if you wanted to shorten it up a little bit, you could just fasten in one of these links and make it a little shorter. So this is Garden Estate in silver. We have two of these, and it is going to be number 106. 107, another longer one, because it's easier to pull more than one off at a time. All right, two of these as well. This is called Bravo Bravado. This is 3 layers. So our first two have the little beads that hang off of them. So we have the oblong ones, and then we have little teardrops as well that have facets on them. This is the length. So that's where your layers are going to lay. Our first one right here almost at the bust. Our second one down below the bust. It is in the upper abdomen. Third one about mid-abdomen with the 2-inch extension. It's going to be more down here. And that's also going to bring that one down over the bust. So we have two of these. Bravo Bravado in silver. And it is number 107. Oops. Let's see, number 108. Let's get out a couple bracelets here. We have a hinged bracelet. This is called Glamorously Garnished in silver. I do only have one of these. These are the dark gray hematite. You can see they're the kind of mirrored ones. You can see a reflection in them. It is hinged on the side. So we have our little catch over here, and then we have the opening on the other side. Back is just polished silver. So we have Glamorously Garnished in silver. Just one of these available. It is number 108. If you see me skip a number here and there, it's because I have lost those numbers. I do not know what happened to them. I used them one day and then they were gone. Who knows? Alright, this is a set of 3 stretch bracelets. This is Let There Beam Light in silver. So we've got 2 that are just the polished silver beads. Third one has the faceted silver beads, and the little spacers have those silver hematite rhinestones on them, so they are a dark gray in color. All 3 stretch. You can wear these together, you can wear them separately, you can mix them up with some others. This is Let There Beam Light in silver, also only one of these, and it is number 109. Alright, it's getting warm in here. I'm going to have to turn my fan up. I just came in, sat down, and we're doing the show so I didn't have time to change my clothes today. So, in my sweater, because it was cold outside today. It was, it said 39, and that's as warm as it got today. And then there was a breeze blowing outside, which was also chilly. And then it started to get dark outside, and the dark, you know, makes the temperature drop so quickly. So I was glad to have my sweater, but I am hot in the house now. All right, I have two of these, basically Baltic in silver. So I actually have one of these myself, but I have it in the black metal. I love these little cutouts. Let me hold this still. There we go. I have to lean my arms on the desk to hold it still. So little cutouts on these. They're oval links. These are a little bit closer to round. They're not quite round. Makes a nice, like they said, basic. So basically basic necklace. Earrings are the same, so you don't need to upgrade them for any reason. This is the length. Turn this all over. So not quite at the collar, but with the 2-inch extension, it is going to come down here, so that will be mid-chest right there. I have two of these. So we're going to have basically Baltic in silver. It will be number 110. I know it's shocking, but insurance is not a flashy job, so I have to not wear super flashy things. Not quite like a realtor. Realtor can get away with a little bit more. Gotta look professional. So my professional jewelry collection is growing somewhat. Alright, Forbidden Love in silver. This is a chunky necklace, so if you like the chunkies, this is for you. It's a big chunky silver heart. We've got the polished beads. This is hanging by little hooks here. It's turning because it's turned in the tag and I need to turn it the other way. This is the dark gray leather cord. So this is the length, and if I could get it to turn around right, really need to turn that in the tag. Anyway, gonna look like this with the 2-inch extension that has on it. It's gonna be right here, which is gonna be down in that lower belly area, or down to maybe where a low-rise jean would sit. So I have two of these. It's almost Valentine's Day, so the hearts are all out. Forbidden Love in silver, two of these, and it is number 111. I see all the hearts coming out again. I've seen them on the Facebook pages and the sales sites. Everybody's got the hearts out. All right. Also have two of this one. 22 degrees now. Yuck. Yeah, we're gonna be like 19 overnight, but that's without whatever the adjusted temperature is. That's just the actual temperature on the what can I think of this name? Thermometer. 19 degrees on the thermometer. So for us, that is super cold. They're saying maybe snow on Sunday. I don't think we're going to get snow. We've been getting our cold and our moisture at 2 different times, so they don't combine. So we're either cold or we're wet, not 2 at once. Okay, this one I also have 2 of. This is called Vintage Gardens. If you look close, you can see that little flower pattern on these. And these are rippled. They're not completely flat. So little ovals. And then we have the cage beads that are hollow inside. This is the length of this necklace. So not quite at the collar, but with the 2-inch extension, it is going to come down to mid-chest. And I do have 2 of these. Now these do have some antiquing on them. These are not going to be the super bright polished silver. You can see they look a little bit more gray and silver. So 2 of these available, and it is number 112. Let's not bump the camera. It has enough trouble focusing as it is. Okay. Let's see. Number... Ooh, my knee hurts. That's what happens when you get old, you know. You go outside in the cold and your knee starts to hurt and your back starts to hurt. And when you sit in one position too long and you get up, then everything hurts and everybody looks at you funny. And your husband picks on you. Not that mine would. but your husband picks on you because you sound like an old person getting up. All right, now we have a set of 4 bangles. These are called Beauty Basic. 4 bangles. 2 of them are in the textured silver. 2 of them are in the plain silver with little beaded, I guess that's what we're going to call these, little beaded sections on them. So that's a whole stack. You can wear this together. You can wear them separately. You can add things to them, whatever you want to do to mix this up. But this set of 4 bracelets, we just have one set. Beauty Basic is number 113. My nose is tickly. I think it's because I just turned the fan up. The fan is blowing right in my face. But at least I'm cool. So we take what we can get. Alright, Industrial Jungle. I have to take the sticker off this because I am down to 1. Because this one sold online. See if I can get that off of there. There we go. So down to 1 of these. Industrial Jungle. All the triangles. So the shiny, polished triangles. Let me see. I'm going to pull it out like this so you can see them a little bit better. There we go. With the silver beads above it. This is the length. This is definitely a statement necklace. This would look awesome with a solid black blouse, top, dress. I'm going to shake it out a little bit because it's how it lays best. There we go. So it'll lay a little bit better like that. Hello, Ruth. How are you? So with the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit down to here, which is just a little bit above the bust. So we just have 1 of these left. This is Industrial Jungle in silver, and it is number 114. I'm doing these kind of by color to make sure that we can get everything shown. So we had blue the other night, we've got silver tonight. Sometimes if there's not a lot in one color, I will combine some colors. So we may have more than 1 color in a night. But I'm trying to make sure everything gets shown. So that's what we're doing. Reimagined Romance in silver. This has a toggle clasp. So it's got chain all the way around the back, which means you can't adjust the length. Hi, Jessica. This one has a hammered heart on the bottom. But they gave us a nice length on this one. So you don't really need to adjust it. It is sitting down at the bust. And we do have 2 of these. This is Reimagined Romance in silver. We have 2 of them. It is number 115. We got to see Clydesdale horses today. If you haven't seen my personal page, either my Instagram or my Facebook, we got to see Clydesdale horses today while we were at SMPW. The NC State Campus Police they were on horseback, and they had them out there, and they let us stop and take a picture of them, and they let some other people come up and pet them. It was pretty cool. So my husband had never seen a Clydesdale in person before, so he was kind of excited about that. Caitlin was mad because she missed it. She was on break. They had gone to the bathroom, and unfortunately, we were kind of hoping they'd come back around, but they didn't. Not in the time that we were there, so unfortunately she missed him. Maybe she'll get to see him another day. But it was pretty cool. You don't see that many police of any kind on horseback anymore. So the fact that the NC State Campus Police were on there was pretty cool. Alright, now this is a seriously chunky chain. This is called Get Off My Runway. And it is in silver because our beads are in a light silver. You can see some of them are a little bit lighter than others. So light silver pearly beads on a chunky chain. And we've got our light silver earrings with them. I also need to turn this around because the chain is twisted. See what happens. Okay, so this is the length of it. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit down here. So it is going to be mid-chest. Get all these beads in a row. So 2 of these. We have Get Off My Runway in silver. And it is number 116. How's Rosie feeling? Are you there, Rosie? bumping my camera. I'm gonna bump it right off the desk one of these days. It happens. Yes. And that's what we were explaining to the young lady that was with us about the Budweiser team, because she has never seen those commercials. You know, these days you don't really see commercials anymore. And so she had never seen the commercials with the horses on them. They're so pretty. So if you haven't seen them, go to my personal page, look at the picture. We were standing maybe 6 feet in front of them, and it was so cool. All right, Come Under the Hammer in silver. This is a stretch bangle. So this is actually in 4 sections. It does have elastic holding it all together, so it will stretch with you. It is of the hammered silver. So we just have one of these. Come Under the Hammer is number 117. Yeah, that managing the pain part, that is the hard part. And I don't know, they gave me, I don't know what they gave her, and you don't have to tell me, but they gave me oxycodone, and the oxycodone felt like it did nothing. I actually felt like I was getting just as good a pain relief with the ibuprofen 800 milligrams as I was the oxycodone. So after a couple days, I just stopped taking it. I just took the ibuprofen instead because, I mean, why bother wasting them if they're not helping? So, I don't know. They need to come up with something better. They really do. As long as you don't move around a lot, it helps with the pain a little bit too. The moving around is what hurt the most. Alright, stick to the artifacts in silver. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. I hate that she's in pain, but I'm glad it wasn't just me that had that experience. Oops, bumping my desk. Alright, so these are little silver hammered bars. You can see they're all linked together. I'm holding them up so you can see they're linked so that they will stay in the right formation. I have 2 of these. This is the length. So it is already at or probably past mid-chest. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit right here just above the bust. I found a heating pad really helped. They don't tell you that. Heating pad helped a lot. Stick to the artifacts in silver. 2 of these, number 118. So between the pain and the nausea, that heating pad helped a ton. And they'll tell you ice. Ice did not help me. I tried it. Ice does not help. The heating pad really, really helped. I would sit with it just on my stomach all day. And when I got ready to go to bed at night, I would put it on my stomach at bed. And I would just turn it off before I went to sleep. Mine does an automatic off, so I'd make sure it was going off before I went to sleep. But it definitely helped me get to sleep. Alright, I've got the power in silver. This is a little bit longer silver necklace. Big chunky chain links on a regular sized chain. I have 2 of these left. They also have those links as earrings. They're a little bit smaller. This is the length. So you can see it is a longer chunky necklace hanging down just above the bust with the 2-inch extension. I'm going to sit right here in the middle. So I've got the power in silver. 2 of these available, and it is number 119. Reminding everyone, it is buy one, get one free. In case you haven't been here in a while, or you're just tuning in, buy one, get one free right now. Okay, yeah, they didn't do stitches on top. They did the tape. What do they call those? The steri strips. I did have them inside. I had stitches inside. 119 to you, Becky. Gotcha. I like that one. But I didn't have any on the outside. They just taped me up. And then the strips didn't want to come off. You know, you're supposed to leave them on there till they fall off. Well, they'd been on there 3 weeks. They had not fallen off. And they're like, you have to take them off. Because after a while you can get an infection if you don't take them off. And I really, really didn't want to do that because it always feels like you're going to rip the incisions open. And I had to do it anyway. That was not a fun process. All right, don't get bent out of shape in silver. This is a choker. I have 2 of them. You can see we have round and square shapes. These have that brush texture on top of them. Let me pull it back a little bit to see if it'll focus a little better. Maybe I can get it on my hand a little bit better in a minute. This is on the snake chain. It has the extra extension because it is a choker length. So let me see if I can get it on here right first. The mannequin and the chokers do not get along because of her very stiff neck. They don't sit quite right on her. So this would actually sit a little bit lower, probably more like here. With the extra extension, it's going to sit down here. So close to the collar, not quite there. But this makes a nice short length necklace. Again, in those V's, whether you have the button up with the, the sides, or whether it's a regular V-neck, these are great in the V's. So let's see. There we go. Can you see that brush texture on there? There we go. Don't get bent out of shape in silver. There are 2 of these. It is number 120. Personally, I just don't want to have any more surgery. I have enough little cuts and scars. I'm not collecting them. I've kind of had it with them. I went to the doctor yesterday because I had to get my iron rechecked because I had an iron infusion right after the surgery because I had anemia. I have it all the time. I have chronic anemia. But, so they did the iron infusion and they wanted to recheck my levels. And he says, well, now that you've healed up from surgery, how do you feel about having a colonoscopy? And I'm like, well, I am not thrilled, but you really can't do much more to me than you've already done. So, I will have a colonoscopy in the next month. Isn't that exciting? All right, backstage ball in silver. I have 3 of these, and I did that because this is a super multi-layer chain necklace. It is so versatile. You can do so many things with this. You could layer another short necklace right in here. You can wear it just like this. Looks great with just all the chains. Let me count the layers in here because I forgot how many it is. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, and half of them, I don't know if you can see the difference here, half of them are the little beaded chain. All the little tiny balls on one chain. And then half of them are the regular link chain. Can you see that? So 6 of each. And our earrings are also that mixture of chain. So you can wear the tassel earrings with it. I just love all the layers. So this is the length. It is sitting at the collar with the 2-inch extension. It is going to sit right here. So just below mid-chest. Let me text my husband because please don't tell me he put that in the dryer. I washed my wool coat. Okay. If I scream suddenly, you will know that he did indeed. All right. Backstage ball in silver. I have 3 of these. I'm holding my breath. Number 122. I was trying not to dry clean it because you can very carefully wash them, and it had a spot on it that I needed to get out. All right, this is a long length one. This is called Only for Special Occasions. So we have silver pearly beads, we have silver faceted crystal type beads, and then we have some polished silver beads. So repeats that pattern all the way around. So this is a pretty cool combination of things. This is the length and size. So all those beads, you can kind of get the idea. This is down by the waist with the 2-inch extension going down into the lower belly. This is also, I see your claim, Mom. I'll put it on there. Thank you. This is a good one to double over if you wanted to. And I usually use some of the extension to do that because it'll help these line up better if you like them lined up. If you don't, that's fine. You can do like the asymmetrical thing, kind of like that. So if you wanted a 2-layer shorter necklace instead, you could do that. That extension will give you a little bit more room to do that with. So this is called Only for Special Occasions. It is in silver. I have 2 of them. It is number 123. Now, I had gotten a notification because we have the smart washer and dryer that sends me notifications saying the dryer cycle is done. And I'm like, okay. I put it in the washing machine and I came to do my show. I should not have done that. I should know better, but it is what it is. All right, I have another coat. It's fine. Ultra sharp in silver. This is also a long one. You could put it on a short chain if you wanted to, or we could shorten this chain. And I can now do that for you since I'm no longer officially with Paparazzi. I can do whatever I want. So I can shorten this chain for you if you want to. This is called Ultra Sharp. This is a hematite rhinestone in a triangular shape. You can see it's faceted all around the outside edges, which leaves this cool smooth spot also in the center. This is the current length. So it is sitting down here about to waist. With the 2-inch extension, going to go down into the lower belly. As I said, because I'm not with Paparazzi, we can make this any length you want to. We can put it up under the bust. You can put it up here in your chest, upper chest if you want to. We can do whatever. So I have 2 of these. Ultra sharp in silver. And it is number, if I can get my fingers between the cards. If I quit breaking off my nails, it would help. Number 124. 2 of those available. And if you want it shortened, just let me know what length you would like it to be. All right, we'll do a few more. I'll go to 7:45. So that gives us 6 minutes. I have 1 set, but I have 2 necklaces of this one. So I only have 1 bracelet, but I have 2 necklaces. So if you want the whole set, you can get the whole set, but I only have 1 whole set, and then I have 1 necklace besides. This is called Duchess Royale in silver. So we have the silver pearly beads, and you see they're in a few different sizes, so like 3 different sizes. And then they have the little silver crystal type beads. They're hanging in clusters, and that bracelet is the same. This has the adjustable clasp, so it does have the extension on it, that lobster clasp and the extension. So 2 necklaces, just 1 bracelet. This is the length of the necklace. So it is sitting up above the collar right now in the upper chest. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to come down to the collar. So it'll be very close to mid-chest. Yes, you can do mix or match. It's just, you're only going to get charged for half of the things you buy. That's how it's going to work. So the easiest thing for me to do on the invoicing program was for me to do every other one as no charge. So that's why I did the buy one, get one free. It was easier than adjusting the prices because they make it so that it's hard to adjust the prices. You have to go in and do all of them. But when I'm invoicing, I can go in and mark things free. So just every second one you have is going to be free, no matter how many you buy. Okay, so this is Duchess Royale, 2 necklaces, 1 bracelet, and it's going to be number 125. And so just make sure you let me know which piece or pieces that you would like. I had to figure out a way to get around the program. That's what it is. So it's always one of those things. They try to make it so that we can't do everything that we want to, and I find a way to do it anyway. All right, this one is a layered long necklace, and let me straighten this out because I dropped this through. Give me just a second. I dropped this through the other layer, I hate it when I do that. Let me put it on the mannequin because it's actually easier to undo on the mannequin because it holds this still. I dropped it through here and then up through here. I do this when I have to untangle necklaces. I put them on the mannequin because it is so much easier to get them untangled. So if you have trouble with tangled necklaces, you might think about getting yourself either a mannequin. I wouldn't get a whole mannequin because they're not super cheap. They're like, I don't know, $60, $70. But you could just get a jewelry bust that you can hang it on, and it will do the same thing. Kind of holds the necklace still while you're adjusting it. Because I do this all the time. I do it with my own necklaces. I do it with the ones that are being displayed. Now I gotta figure out what I did. I just did something. My husband is awesome at getting these necklaces undone. I am not so much. Okay, I see what happened. There we go. You know what? I'm just going to set that aside for a minute. Hey, Nancy. I'm over here tangling necklaces up. I'm good at that. Alright, let's do this one. I'll get it in a second. Keeping it relic in silver. So these are hammered silver squares, largest in the middle, smaller out toward the edges. They also have the hammered square earrings. I have 3 of this one. This is the length with the 2-inch extension. Gonna sit down to here, so it will be a mid-chest necklace. They do, and I get frustrated because I can't figure out what I did to it, and I just made it worse. Keeping it relic in silver is number 126, and we have 3 of those. And the worst thing is, I know I just did it. So what I just did is the question. What did I just did? Oh, goodness. Some days. And it's been a long day already. This is going to be a question for another show, I think. I am going to let Max look at it. Because I know I did something, I just don't know what I did. Alright, another one of my favorite long necklaces. This is called Chicly Cupid in silver. I have 2 of these in the silver. I also have it in the copper. Not sure how many I have in copper. I was trying to see behind me where the copper is. But I have it in copper. And it's an antique copper. Anyway, little puffy hearts and heart outlines all along the chain. And that's on 2 layers of chain. The earrings are the puffy hearts as well. So you don't need to switch them out unless you just really want to. Which sometimes people do. I tend to wear them with larger silver hoops just because I can. This is the length of those layers. One is here at the bust, one is here at the mid-abdomen with the 2-inch extension. Gonna sit down here, almost to the waist, not quite. Maybe if you have a real high waist. I have 2 of these. So this is Chicly Cupid in silver. It is number 127. 2 of those available. Mostly I've just given up on today. It's been a long, long Friday already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7 people. I think you do have it in the copper, Becky. I was thinking, when I was saying that somebody had it, and I was thinking it was you. So you probably do. Alright, next up. We have 127 of you, Becky. Okay. You could even wear them together. Look at that. You could have copper and silver. This would go really well with that bracelet we had earlier. This is called Come At Me in silver. So it has teardrop and marquise shaped and a few round of those hematite rhinestones. Has the chunky chain. The hinged bracelet we had earlier would go awesome with this. This is the length with the 2-inch extension. I'm going to sit down to here, so it will be a mid-chest necklace. Let's see if that bracelet's right here. Yep, there it is. Number 108. I'll show it to you with the bracelet. I just realized, how do I not realize that these things match? Just realized that they would match when I was looking at it. See, I do this when it's on the show and I think about it matching, and then later I forget. See how nice those would go together? So the bracelet was number 108. We only have one of those. But I do have 2 of the necklaces. So this is called Come At Me in silver. This one is going to be number 128. And now I'm past the 45 that I said, so let's just do a couple more. I'm just going to keep going. We'll be here all night. Alright. Druzy Demand. Druzy, if you don't know, is the little like crushed rock or crushed gems. So it kind of looks like, you know, the crushed rock that's in the driveway, but it's super shiny. So this one is Druzy Demand in silver. So we have the gray. And then this one is a combination of blue and silver in the teardrops. Kind of a Caribbean blue. You know, like the Caribbean Ocean, or the Caribbean Sea. So, I'm sorry. It's really been a long day. This is the length. I still have insurance to do. This is the length with the 2-inch extension. It is going to sit down here at the collar. So we have Druzy Demand in silver. I've got 2 of these left. So the blue and the silver. It's hanging backwards on the thing. Number 129. Alright, we will do this one and it will be our last one, I promise. Alright, we have another stretchy bracelet. This one also in hematite, but it has white rhinestone with it. Beloved Bling in silver. I just have 1 of these. This is a stretchy bracelet. You can see it stretches in between the clusters. And actually you can see the clusters better that way. So we've got white rhinestones and we've got the hematite rhinestones, the dark gray. These are the transparent kind. They're not the mirrored kind like the other one that we had. So, Beloved Bling in silver. This is going to be number 131 because I set 130 to the side. And so I didn't have it in my hand. So it's 131. Alright. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I appreciate everybody coming. I'm going to leave the rest of these silvers up here because we got through, I think, about half of them. We have a little bit more. So I'll leave those up here for Sunday. And we can look at the rest of them on Sunday. You want the bracelet? Okay, I'll put that in your pouch, Kim. 131. We'll look at the rest of the silver things on Sunday with whatever else that we have. Put another color in there or something with it. So come back on Sunday, 7 p.m. Same deal holds. We're doing buy one, get one free for the foreseeable future. So you can mix and match. You can add the shows together. No problem. And I hope you all have a great weekend. It looks like it's going to be cold here, but maybe you'll get nicer weather. So we'll see.